But what happens for the person that is either, I've got my own small business and I don't get health benefits, or my company doesn't give health benefits, et cetera? What do I do?
What you do is to get a plan that covers all of the essentials, which are mandated through the Affordable Care Act. A lot of people refer to that as Obamacare. First of all, there's a specific time of year for enrollment into those type of plans, which normally starts the end of October and runs through the middle of December. But that has changed those periods, but it's typically about a 6-week period. And at that point, you can go in and pick a plan that meets your needs, with whichever carrier you choose to go with, and enroll in it and have guaranteed enrollment in it. Again, at that point, even though you may have some type of pre-existing circumstance that at any other time you may not be able to enroll in it. So let's say, for instance, God forbid, you had some type of a heart issue or something like that. That does not come into play when you enroll in the individual insurance during enrollment period, and you go with a qualified plan. That's the big caveat right there, a qualified plan with one of the major carriers. I know you see a lot of people talking about these non-traditional plans that you can get. But what they don't tell you is you have to go through that underwriting process again, just like I was mentioning, if you waited too long for a supplement in Medicare. They look at your medical history. They can actually look at the medications that you've been prescribed over the last, say, 5 years or 10 years, and they know what medications are used to treat what conditions. So they know if you maybe have high blood pressure, or if you're being treated for something as drastic as even cancer. They know those medications are used for that, so they can keep you from enrolling for that reason. However, with an Affordable Care Act plan, you're guaranteed enrollment. You're not even asked those questions. They don't do those searches. So you enroll in a plan, and then typically it starts on January 1st of the upcoming year. Now, people sometimes that are not during that open enrollment period suffer issues that make them become uninsured. For instance, they may lose a job, and with the loss of that job, they lose health insurance. They may get divorced. They may move from one area, from one county to another county, and the county they move to doesn't offer the plan that they had before, or they may come from another state. Well, in those situations, all year long, you qualify for what's known as a special enrollment period, which means, again, you can go to your agent, you can come, such as myself, and we can tell you all the plans that are available, and you're able to still enroll into a plan, just like you were able to during what's known as the open enrollment period at the end of the year. So that makes it nice for people to be able to do that. And then what you want to find out is if you qualify for marketplace help, which is a tax benefit which helps pay for your enrollment costs per month. And to do that, there are certain criteria that you have to meet. For instance, if you're just a single individual person with no children, no dependents, if your income falls in, this is within a couple $100s, of say between $13,000 a year up to $48,000 a year, there are some considerable tax credits to help you pay those premiums. And it also helps buy down your maximum out of pockets and your deductibles. So all is not lost if you've lost coverage during the year. But if you just simply didn't have coverage and all of a sudden you go, okay, I'm sick, I know I'm going to need to have a hip replacement in 3 months, and you call up an agent or you call up a carrier and try to get insurance, it's not going to be able to happen until the open enrollment period comes up in the fall, unless you qualify for one of the special enrollment periods.
Gotcha. Keep on top of those things. Keep with somebody like you for sure. So let's move over. I know we don't have tons of time left, but let's move over, I guess, to group health. Like, how can you assist a company, health employees, employee responsibilities, et cetera?
Well, what's great about group health and a lot of companies that have less than 50 employees, they're not mandated or required to provide health insurance for their employees. However, a lot of them do, and those are quality companies that do that. Those are people that really value their employees, that want to keep them around, or they want to have those extra benefits as part of the package for people that sign on to make their company more attractive to a wider range of people. They will say, yes, we offer health coverage, and these are the different plans that are available to you. The process is fairly simple. Basically, you just give me what's known as a census. A census is 3 or more people that work for your company that do draw a paycheck. They're paid by the company. There are situations where you can do it with as little as 2, but typically it's 3 or more. And then I submit that to the different carriers through, for instance, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, or through United or Humana. Typically, I submit it to multiple companies. That's the nice thing about being a broker. You can do that. And I'll get multiple quotes for multiple types of policies, from the very basic, which is a catastrophic type policy, which means it pays for something if you were admitted into the hospital. It limits your exposure, all the way up to whatever type of policy you may need that pays for everything. If you're someone that takes a lot of medications every month and you want to get a policy that pays for all those medications, then you would choose a higher policy. Premium dictates the type of policy you get. And most of the time, employers pay for all, sometimes in some situations, or part of your premiums on a monthly basis. So they would draw a little bit out of your wages every pay period to cover what they don't pay. A usual amount is around 50% is what an employee gets paid on their premiums by the employer. But again, I've seen some employers in circumstances that pay for the whole health insurance thing as part of the package for those individuals. And you can get things like dental, vision, all of those things included in a group policy. And again, it's just a matter of having the agent sit down, explain all the different things that are being shown to them, and get some input from the employees as to which choices. Usually they'll make 2 or 3 choices for an employee to choose from, and then they'll pick them and we'll simply get them enrolled. And we can do that at any time during the year. There's no special enrollment period for that, or open enrollment period. We can enroll people in a group plan pretty much anytime during the year.
Awesome. It's great to hear that there are still companies out there that really do care about their employees, to want to make sure that they're healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the biggest things I hear from people, employers, when they call me that only have, say, maybe 10 people in their firm. They're like, we get 10 great people. We've been in business for a long time. We've gotten to a point where we can afford to do this now. And we want to keep these employees that we have. Plus, we have 2 or 3 people that we're looking to hire, and we want to be able to offer them these benefits and give them something, an incentive to want to come and work for me. So we do a lot of that. That's for sure.
You'd be a great resource to go, okay, go work for that company. Those, they're hard to find. So Jean, we've got just like 2 or 3 minutes left. 2 things. One, is there anything you want to touch on real quickly that we did not? And then let us know the best way to get a hold of you, West Florida Insurance, etc.
We touched on mainly the things that I do as a specialty for Melissa at West Florida Insurance. I just want the people to know that any of your insurance needs, we can meet them, no matter how big, how small. Yesterday, for example, we insured a person that was sponsoring a hole at a golf tournament. So if the people that hit the ball off the tee make a hole in one, they win a car. Well, you can get insurance for that. So you're limiting your liability, even though you're sponsoring a hole and giving away a free car to a hole in one. You don't have to pay the full amount. You can insure that. Cyber insurance, a lot of people are going with coverages to help them limit their liabilities if somebody breaks into their server. And we hear a lot of that going on right now. Property, house, your homeowners, commercial insurance, your professional and commercial liabilities. We do all of those different things. And the easiest way to get a hold of us is you can call the office at 941-256-8875. You can reach me on my cell phone, actually, at 941-276-7519. Typically, if for some reason I'm not in the office or I don't answer the phone, it's because I'm with a client. I'm always happy to call you back at any time. And just give us a try. There's no cost for any quotes that we do, and we get quotes back to you very quickly, if not while we're on the phone with you to begin with during our initial conversation. And it truly was a pleasure to be able to sit here and speak about the things we do. And obviously, listening to me, I'm sure you'd understand if we had hours, we could sit here and talk about just about any of those subjects. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time to talk with me this morning.
Gene, I can't thank you enough. Actually, the last couple of things that you said, I had no idea that you could insure so many different things. So not just an education today about the medical piece of insurance, which we know is so important, but also all of the other insurances. And just so everybody knows, like, you specialize in this, but you have people that specialize in each of these other areas, correct?
That is correct. We have other agents in the office that will help any of the other needs, as well as Melissa herself. So, we have multiple people there to help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This has been a wealth, and you're right. Melissa is a powerhouse. And so calling West Florida Insurance will definitely make a difference in what you have, not just how much money you're spending, but also the quality of the insurance that you're getting for your needs.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dean. It has been such a pleasure, everybody. This is Society Bites Radio. I am your host, Jill Krieger, with SRQ Exclusive. Have an amazing day.
Yo, yeah, I know what time it is.
It's like a little noise. Freedom. Maybe. Believe my vision.